Hi. Well, I just want to put a little end note on the Z1R. We had yeah, got it to run. It was running like garbage. It was only running on 3 cylinders because the coil went bad. Um, I also looked into addressing the rear brake, and I had to send that out, have it rebuilt. Um, and by the time I got the new coil in and the brake came back in, we had a massive snowstorm here in New England. I live in Massachusetts, and it is winter. It is like, what was that? It was a week ago, so like January 4th or 5th or something like that. We had no snow up until then, and then boom, we got like 14 inches. So the Z1R is asleep for now, and unfortunately, um, it's going to stay in storage until the spring. 'Cause I'm not going to ride that thing on the roads, even after the weather can permit. After once there's no snow, you then have to wait for them to clean the roads because they put salt and all this garbage all over the roads, and I don't want to ride the Z1R on anything but a nice clean road because I put all this money into it, and I don't want salt and stuff to get all over it, right? So I would expect to see the Z1R sometime in late April, maybe May. But I have plenty of other projects to work on. But did want to give a note about the Z1R, and I have some footage, and I'll show that. So again, sorry, it's going to be a few months, and then we'll show it again. I'm hoping that the Z1R will be my primary bike for next season. So, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, so I want to make sure the Z1R gas tank is not going to leak out of the fuel sending unit or the pingle fuel tap. Just want to double check. So, some fuel in it. If it's going to leak, I'd rather it leak out here than leak all over the brand new engine paint. So far so good. Alright, the Kirker is just far too quiet on the Z1R. did they put tape over it? Because that, you would think, would completely restrict it. This is what it looks like without the packing material on it. Should be nice and loud. Alright, so I need to sync the carbs. I've only run the engine once for about 5 to 10 minutes, and it was idling like crap. So we'll start with carb sync. If you can see, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these caps I have to take off to get a vacuum source, and then I have to take off the tops of each of the carbs and to get at the adjuster for the throttle position. So I'll go ahead and do that. Well, I was just running it, try and set up to do the carb sync, but if you notice something about the header, see how 3 of the header pipes have started to turn yellowish and 1 is not, and it's not warm. So cylinder 4 is not working at all. So I guess I'll take the plug out and see if it got spark. So the plug does not look fouled. I don't see any spark. So I need to look at the wires and see if maybe number 4 pulled out. So on the Z1R Tarazi rear set issue with the master cylinder, the rear master cylinder for the brake, right? Here's the correct lever. And this is the, actually I'm not sure that this is the right one for the Z1R, but this is the right one for the A model, which is very close. Here's the Tarazi. You see, this is the actuator. Now this is not the one that was on, the one that was on the Z1R is still on there. This is from a different bike. But they both stop here at the edge, like that. And you can see that this face is more or less in line, like this part right here is in line with the edge of this. This one is bent over to be in line. But it just doesn't seem, you know, when this goes back and forth on a straight line, this is moving in kind of a straight line. Maybe I can show it. So here's another frame, very similar to the Z1R. Here's the light, huh? Yeah, I can't really show it very well. This is it right here. That's the action. Right, here's the slot where the rear master would be. So you can see it would be right in line there. And it's out about here. If I swap the Tarazi on there, you can see that it just barely gets over there. See how it's not really, here it is here. So this one is quite a bit further over and out here and straight. And this one is bent at an angle. And when it goes up and down, the relation of this thing here to going straight up, I don't know if it's making any sense at all, but it's going to be changed. And that causes binding, I think, with the pole part. So, I have to say, I really am disappointed with this $380, whatever it was, Tarazi rear set. I think what has to be done is this has to be cut off, straightened out, and mounted at the very edge, like this one is. I think this has to be straight in order for the action to be any good. So that's what I'll try in a few months. Well, I've run out of time. With the 2023 motorcycle season. So I did start the Z1R, as I showed in that video. It was running like dog shit, so I said, alright, I gotta sync the carbs. That's probably what it is, carb sync. And started it up to warm it up. You want to sync the carbs, you want to get it nice and warm. And unfortunately, noticed that 3 of the pipes have started to yellow because of the heat, and one of them is not. So if you look at them, one of these things is not like the other. So that brought me to no spark on cylinder 4. Cylinder 4 was not running at all. I chased that to a brand new coil. So there's the coils. So this coil runs cylinders 1 and 4. 1 is working, 4 is not. Ordered a new set of coils, though I should not have had to. And they came in, they're right here. So I could I could swap that coil out and sync up the carbs. It's all set. The replacement rebuilt rear master cylinder has arrived. I could also put that in, but unfortunately it is January 5th. We haven't had snow yet, which is not totally uncommon, but it is kind of a lucky thing. I hate the snow, but it is going to snow. That's a CB550. I'm moving some bikes around. And you can see it's overcast. We're supposed to get a big snowstorm. So that's going to be it on the season. So I don't think there's any reason to do any more work on the Z1R because I can't really drive it. It is registered and insured. I would have liked to have tried to fit in a quick ride, but that's just going to have to wait until April. So this will be the end of the Z1R for now. I'll put it in storage, and I'll come back to it when the snow melts and you can ride on the road, which is probably going to be in April. Alrighty, go to sleep, Z1R. Well, it's quite a bit cleaner in there. Put the Z1R away, and the XL600 is away. This CB550 That's the engine for it. I took it out like 2 years ago, and I've moved this thing back and forth from the shed. I am going to put that freaking bike deck back together and get rid of it. That's a project. Like I was saying, the snowstorm on the way. Fios cable. I already snowblowed once. Oh, this sucks. Anyway, that's what it's like. Winter wonderland all of a sudden.